All right, welcome back everyone dito sa latest episode ng Deep Dive. Ito, on the move tayo. We had back-to-back. We had General Torre the other day. We had another Associate Justice, Ronald Llamas, Honorary Associate Justice. We had, of course, Attorney Conti just yesterday to discuss both the ICC and developments at home dahil pang international talaga yung mga kriminal natin sa Pilipinas. But today, we have, of course, no less than ito, talagang legit to legal luminary because Justice, ayaw kita pahamak pa. Pero kahapon, I had some discussions again. What defines a legal luminary? So, which certain senator was a central topic of discussion. Luminary pala to light the way, no? So, ibig sabihin, you're at the cutting edge of scholarship, right? Jurisprudence and all that. So, I had to go back to Oxford Dictionary etymology. Kasi kung nandun ka lang daw sa jurisprudence, edi andun na rin ako kasi may kaso ako sa Supreme Court. It's about pushing the scholarly or major decision justice. And on that front, obviously, you will qualify as a legal luminary. So let's discuss this justice before we go to the whole Duterte and of course Duterte, whose case in ICC magsisimula ng trial later this year in November, less than half a year later on. First of all, what's going on right now with Jinggoy? Because mukhang ito yung bailable pa yung yung offense, yung charge sa kanya, hindi ito yung non-bailable. When I think a lot of us were expecting this is gonna be the plunder, the non-bailable one. What's going on, Justice Carpio?
Yes, I was surprised to read that the offense, there's several counts. There was a bail at 90,000 per count. So this, I think, is another case. This is not the uh, plunder case that was filed just yesterday, no, by the ombudsman. So this must be another one. So we just have to clarify that because uh, the warrant of arrest was issued, but there is a bail there in the warrant of arrest, bail at 90,000.
Ano kayang yung Justice, what could be the offense here? I'm actually checking it right now just to make sure na pwedeng bailable pa. I mean, if it's not plunder, what are we looking at? And 90,000,
Yeah,
mas maliit pa ito doon sa Mane Gallery na nakasuhan ng, di ba, yung ng NBI. Parang 100,000 yung sa kanila. So, this is even lower than yung extortion racket na nahuli allegedly.
we have to get a clarification because there must be some there must be an explanation why it's bailable. No?
So, Justice, eto na ba? I mean, we were discussing this since last year, August, September, itong ombudsman finally moving. Is this a very kind of long runway na umabot tayo ng almost June 2026? Or yung
Yes.
sabi ng ombudsman na ito na, airtight na ito, beyond doubt na to, robust, coherent tong case na to. Was this a smart way to wait it until today?
Well, I think they were trying to uh, really uh, tighten everything. So it took some time because I think it was, as I said before, that was January was very optimistic. I think it was not doable. Uh, I said maybe February or March. Now we're almost June. So anyway, it's there already. It was filed. It was only filed, I think, the other day, the plunder case. So uh, this warrant of arrest must be for another case. We just have to clarify that.
Yun nga, actually, as we speak, I'm checking out also what's going on there. But like when it comes to Jingoy, I mean, he's a how should I put it, veteran of the business. Like, I mean, I think Ronald Llamas said something like every generation may nakitang Jingoy going to jail or something like that. Like multiple entry visa. Like, what's going on here, Justice Carpio? He should be, sanay na dapat siya, no?
Yeah, very strange because Secretary John Vic was saying that he talked already uh, to Jingoy, and Jingoy was thinking how to respond to the offer of John Vic. But I think there was really no need for the Secretary of the ILG to talk ahead of the issuance of the warrant of arrest. He should just serve the warrant of arrest and arrest Jingoy, no?
Yun nga, medyo
Binigyan niya
parang
ng mga options eh. I don't know why Uh,
Exactly.
yeah, he was thinking of options. I mean, you should just serve it the usual way.
Medyo anomalous sa akin, ano yung project proposal. This is the range of investment
Mm.
options I'm gonna give you. This is the portfolio A, portfolio B. I don't get it. And then, sabi na, hintayin ko siya, isipin niya kung anong gusto niyang preference. Especially coming after the Bato debacle.
Yes.
That's not a very assuring positioning by the
Yeah. It's
other
not.
Remulla.
Yeah, but it's giving the someone uh, this is some sort of a privilege or out of the ordinary. You just serve the warrant of arrest, no? And let the court decide how to dispose of the accused. No?
I mean, we had General Torre on this show earlier this week, and sinabi niya, when you're dealing with very high level figures, like a senator, I mean, there's certain protocols understanding na, you have to do it in a smooth way, in a way na
Mm.
medyo senior of it. Kaya nga, siya yung involved when it was
Mm.
Digong, siya yung involved at the highest levels,
Mm.
when Kibuloy was involved. And what he was saying is, ang problema kasi nangyari is very junior officers, mga kababaihan pa nga nung pinapa-arrest kay Bato, and that was really inappropriate because Bato shoved them aside and all, di ba, nung tumakas siya sa Senado. And sabi niya,
Mm.
pag ganun, you have to have coordination at the highest level para diretso na, di ba, para wala nang excuse at smooth yung transition. It wasn't siguro ganun yung iniisip ni John Vic na, well, si brother, siya yung tapos senador to, kausapin ko na mabuti para wala nang gulo kahit wala nang nangyari kay Bato.
Well, well, pwede yan, but you cannot give options. I mean, you
You're
just
right.
serve.
No options. Like, sorry. Yeah.
Baka,
It's,
sir, anong gusto mo? Do you want to go there in an ambulance or in a limousine? Or we can give you uh, a furlough. We will not arrest you right away. Well, dapat as much as possible, it should be done the usual way, no? Kasi nagiging privileged characters eh.
yun nga eh. Yun nga eh. Like, how do you balance yung some sort of protocol,
Mm.
institutional sanctity, di ba? Yun ang excuse niya, di ba? Yung
Mm.
ginawang doctrine ni AP Cayetano, no?
Mm.
Na like protective custody, di ba? And actually enforcing the law, di ba? And I think on that point, dapat basically straightforward, no?
Mm.
So, Justice, going back to this, what do you see coming next? Kasi with Jingo, we're still clarifying bakit non-bailable yung sa kanya. But nevertheless, mukhang the dice has been rolled, no? At we could see other senators. I think Marcoleta is already facing some serious accusations. Cheese, Kila his life, like he's not necessarily safe to, no? And then I think Joel Villanueva could also face. So like dun sa Duterte pa lang, -1, -2 na kaagad. And it could be, what, -6, -7. In fact, last week we also discussing obstruction of justice. As we speak, Robin Hood Padilla is also basically in investigation for potentially aiding yung
Mm.
takas ni Bato. Although sabi naman niya, di ba, sabi niya, well, like, just on Robin Hood, ano yung sinasabi niyang force majeure? Like, um, insurance policy na ba siya? What is he saying na dahil may gulo sa mundo, pwede na online mag-vote yung magiging chatroom na ba justice yung yung majority?
Dahil raw
Nag-isip na lang sila.
sa the war in the Strait of Hormuz, eh, the lack of gas and oil. So all of this, wala namang ano yan eh. That's not relevant here. Uh, well, they're preparing for the possibility that maaresto talaga sila, and how will they vote if they are detained, or like Bato, he's not going to surface, no? He's going to hide. Uh, so they will not get a majority. The problem is if there's a motion to, for example, sinabi na ni Congresswoman Luistro that they will move for the subpoena of the bank records. They will subpoena the bank managers, no? So you need a vote, a majority vote there to grant that motion for a subpoena, issuance of a subpoena. So pag wala silang majority, yun ang problema. That's why they want online voting. It's precisely for that. Kasi yung mga motions na yan, majority lang yan eh. Simple majority lang yan eh. Hindi na yan two-thirds. Conviction is two-thirds. You need two-thirds vote. 16 votes. So this is really a battle for those motions para they can vote and they would probably vote down the subpoena of all these bank records, no?
I mean, just pagdating sa ano lang to, parang institutional capacity, no? If we're looking at 3, 4, 5, 6 senators and non-bailable offenses, hindi lang bail. Again, I'm still searching, trying to figure out, parang wala akong nakita sa news, ano exactly yung chart sa kanya, bakit bailable. Assuming they go for the non-bailable plunder one, kaya ba i-handle ng ombudsman, sandigan bayan, our legal institutions beyond the judiciary, are they capable of handling? Kasi for sure, magdadala ng mga 1,000 mga abogado yan, manggugulo yung mga yan,
Well,
tapos alam mo na, the whole thing.
yeah, the rule there, if you are detained, you won't have a laptop or a cell phone, no? So how can they participate online? That's the rule in all those detainees so far, no? Uh, and I don't think the police will change that, or the court will allow cell phones and laptops there, no? Because you cannot give unusual privileges to these senators. They're just detainees, no?
Just as I'm still
So,
confused dito kay Jinggoy, no? Sorry, like, graft case pero hindi plunder na pwede non-bailable. I mean, what does the law say on this thing? I'm still confused about the
pwede
report.
naman graph case pero non-bailable because baka the amount does not reach 50 million. Pero
Ito
we
malaki,
all know it's
500
more.
eh.
Oh, yeah. Uh,
That's weird.
and the other thing there is if there's only one predicate crime, pero mukhang madami kasi several counts ito eh. So this must be something else, no? We really I'm at a loss. So even
Yeah.
I saw some statements that this is a different case from the plunder case, but these are we don't have anything definite.
Sorry, just I know medyo parang live commentary tayo, but isn't this unusual na we're not exactly clear what we're looking at here? Kasi sabi ni Miko Clavano, yung assistant ombudsman, we're looking at intricate mechanism involving illegal budgetary insertions and project allocations, no? And we're looking at what, hundreds of millions of pesos? So how is this just bailable na 90,000 pesos lang? This looks like a pretty serious plunder case, isn't it? Parang strange.
Yeah, and kung insertion plus you have the testimonies of Bernardo that he delivered money, So I really cannot say anything for certain here. We just have to get clarification for what case were the warrants of arrest issued.
Sorry, just as I'm pushing you on this, I mean, I'm trying to figure out, is there any form of graft ng malaking amount like this na pwede pa rin bailable? Kasi one worry I
Well,
could hear is people say, baka naman they made some compromise
well,
arrangement. I mean, what's going on here?
well, the amount may exceed 50 million, but it's only one predicate crime because there has to be two or more predicate crimes, no?
So one
So
predicate crime, and then if mga 50 million below, baka pwede pang bailable, parang ganun.
no, it has to be at least two crimes and then 50 million or more.
No, no, I mean, exactly, for bailable. Kung bailable ka, dapat below the threshold, di ba? So I'm just looking at the threshold na maging
Either below the threshold
yes,
or there is only one
one predicate.
offense,
Exactly.
one predicate.
So if this is bailable, then it's probably one offense, one
Or
predicate,
below.
or below. Pero yun nga, yung below kasi is I'm having a hard time because I'm looking at hundreds of millions of pesos figures here, di ba? At an intricate network. So it looks like single predicate lang siguro tong case na to. I mean, we still don't know the details, no? So our justice, I'm
Yeah,
pushing you to make,
we really,
yeah, this is
So
legal
we just
speculation.
have to get clarification.
Yeah, because all this time we're looking at non-bailable plunder cases. So basically straightforward na ito. That was what happened when you were in the Supreme Court, di ba? Nung time nila Pinoy, nung kinasuhan, I mean, multiple entry to, di ba? Like the last time, Bong Revilla, Jinggoy, di ba? Non-bailable kaagad yun, di ba? That was plunder, right, Justice?
Yeah, plunder is non-bailable because it's more than 50 million or more, or more than one predicate crime, no?
Right. And
So,
more, yeah, exactly.
so automatic yan, where evidence of guilt is strong, and so we just have to get a clarification. Huh?
Yeah, this is 573 million pesos. Illicit payouts ang pinag-usapan. So, hindi siya, yung 50 million, lampas na lampas. Times 10,
Hmm.
11. So, yung predicate na lang maiisip ko. So, sorry, Justice.
Or the other one is the evidence of guilt is not strong, which is
It
paano
goes,
yung may testimony.
yun
Yeah,
nga, so it goes against the claim of ombudsman na airtight yung kaso nila. Di ba?
Mhm.
Kasi kung airtight yung kaso mo, more than 50 million, which is 560 million, tapos single predicate na lang. I mean, is that like the only way I can imagine this being bailable? Because this is a big, big question right now. Again, Justice, sorry, ikaw lang maisip kong kulitin ngayon
Yeah.
because
Well,
I think there's
we just have
confusion
to
around this.
get clarification. Yeah, we just have to get clarification because it's difficult to speculate here. No. So, uh, kasi first of all, if you're looking at the amount, it's more than it's over 100 million. So definitely, with respect to the amount, it satisfies the planned amount. No, but uh, whether there are two or more offenses involved, yun ang we don't know. Or the evidence of guilt is not strong, no? So
Which
they
goes
make it
against, yeah.
bailable.
Again, yun nga eh, like, to be honest, parang medyo napaisip ako dun, what's going on here, bakit bailable bigla? Because baka mamaya may template na tayong ganun. There'll be also bailable, single predicate, charges against the other senators, di ba? So, in a way, so safe na ba si Jinggoy? Like, oh my God, hanggang ngayon, hindi natin safe na ba si Jinggoy or hindi? Kasi na-bail lang niya, 90,000 lang pala eh. But I suppose the pressure should be very high on Ombudsman Office, no? Not only Jinggoy, not only non-bailable, di ba? It has to go beyond that kasi magju-June na, Justice. Dalawang araw na lang.
Yeah, it's June already. But well, let's just get a clarification because it's difficult to speculate.
What is the position of One Sambayan on the ongoing investigations and all, Justice? Or at least your understanding of the position of your organization?
Well, we are, of course, supporting this investigation. All those who should be charged, no? And we're supporting also the impeachment, uh, and we're following these events closely.
Yun nga eh. So, may nag-comment, Justice. Mas expert daw sa atin si Jinggoy sa mga ganyan cases. So, for all we know, he came up with a very genius legal response. So, ano naman tayo, mag-show naman tayo ng humility. Dahil veteran
Yeah,
naman siya. He's a luminary in a way. He leads the
yeah,
way. He leads the light.
yeah, because his plunder case, the plunder was he was acquitted of plunder but convicted of bribery, and then he filed a motion for reconsideration. It's still pending, and I understand that this new case, these new cases, uh, which are bailable, fell in the same division where his original case, where the pending MR uh, no is being heard, no, the same division where he has a pending motion for recon on the bribery conviction. That's what I read.
Sino bang mga abogado? I mean, they seem to be good, just he keeps on getting away. I mean, wow. Di ba? Like parang na-convict na siya, pero okay na siya, tapos ganun. Tapos, by the way, do we have update on the Bong Revilla case? Isn't there some sort of continuity? Kasi mga batchmates sa Justice, di ba? Kung may class of 85, 86, ito yung mga batchmates sa Bong Revilla,
Well,
Chicoy.
I think there's no new development. Bong Revilla, of course, is detained. Mukhang, mukhang yun, klaro yun. I mean, the amount and the the predicate crimes, and uh, si Bernardo mismo ang nag-deliver ng amount ng pera. So mukhang matibay, no? Evidence of guilt is strong.
Just as while we're figuring out how a luminary like Jingoy keeps on getting away, mahusay to eh. I think should be a case study talaga eh. How do you see the cases against others? Like, let's go Joel and Cheese. What about those guys? Should they expect something along these lines based on your understanding and I don't know the information you may have that we don't know about?
Well, it looks like Joel's case is almost the same as Jingoy's. The one of Chase is a little bit different because there's no, well, Bernardo made
Campaign donation.
yeah, that he talked to Chase, although he did not actually deliver the amount to Chase. He gave it to the bagman, to Ngo. So I don't know the other evidence that they will be presenting now. So uh, I really don't know how
Right.
uh, yeah, but I understand it's still a plunder case. So it's a question of whether evidence of guilt is strong to deny bail. No?
Considering justice na together with the former speaker, silang involved dun sa basically sounds allegedly yung mga green room negotiations pagdating sa BICAM. Hindi ba dapat mas mabigat yung kaso kay Cheese or at least quite serious, similarly serious?
Well, it depends on the amount. It looks big, but it has to be on the evidence, no? Uh, Kasi yung iba, there's delivery of money to the witness is saying I delivered the money. Pero itong kay Cheese, it was delivered to another guy, no?
May
So
konting may degree of
yeah,
separation kumbaga.
yeah. So the evidence of guilt, that's it could go either way, whether it's
Interesting.
strong or not. That depends on the judge, no? The division. There are three members. Depends on them how they appreciate that.
And Justice, what about the Marcoleta case? Is this a campaign finance issue? I heard some people are raising. Is Marcoleta also potentially facing some serious charges here? What do we know so
Well,
far?
the COMELEC said that there was no violation because the the money was delivered before the uh, before the campaign period, no? But that, even if it's not an election offense, it can fall under indirect bribery because indirect bribery is when money is given to a public official without need of any consideration, just because he's a public official, no? So papasok doon, and there are three of them supposed to be given 25 million each, no? Kasama si defensor. And uh, so it's a question whether defensor will say, yes, I gave that money, but it was not for any consideration, no? So uh, yung tatlo na
Yung
yun,
parang gift, parang friendship, ganun?
parang balato. But there's I mean, ganyang kalaki. Hindi naman I don't know of anyone who would just give 25 million, kahit na siguro yung mga billionaires natin will not just give. Hindi naman mga bilyonaryo itong tatlo na ito, no?
Naalala ko yung
So so yun ang problema ng tatlo because kasama sila.
naalala ko yung sa 1MDB scandal sa Malaysia, di ba? May $700 million na nandun sa account ng former Prime Minister Najib, di ba? And nasabi niya, hindi, gift lang yan ng Saudi king or something like that. Parang, wow, ano bang ginawa mo para sa kanya ng $700 million ang gift sa'yo, di ba? Like, medyo, creative talagang imagination ng mga kaibigan natin, Justice. And then,
Yeah, in
yeah,
the case of Marcoleta, if he was, ano, if it fell under election offense, the penalty would be lower. So it's like jumping from the
frying pan.
frying pan to the fire.
Exactly. Lalo mapahamak yan. But Justice, I'm not gonna ask if he's a legal luminary or not. I think people had a sneak peek of I had Attorney Conte to answer that kahapon. But Justice Carpio, what do you think about etong Mark Oleta saying na wala naman legal background si Risa Ontiveros? Basically, parang in-imply niya na unless you have a legal background, huwag ka na masyado sa mga rules ng Senate or etc. What do you think about that, Justice? Should
Well,
senators be legally trained or to be specific,
well,
should they be legal luminary like Marcoleta?
non sequitur, because they have good lawyers advising them, no? And second, it doesn't mean that if you have a legal background, you will be correct. Like, for example, Marcoleta, he, from the frying pan to the fire, naging plunder tuloy. It's just a sauce issue, naging plunder. At saka ano, inamin na he got the money, no? So, it's just a question of interpretation na ito. Sabi nga ng ano, we have all the uh, we have all the necessary evidence already because nasa admission niya eh. So it's this is one for the books ito.
One for the book. So, just a question. Can a legal luminary be wrong on legal issues?
Yeah, of course. Uh, wala namang infallibility sa atin eh. Yeah.
Of course,
But
Justice.
of course, the Supreme Court, even if it's wrong, it's still supreme. It will still prevail. It will still win the argument because uh, it's whether its position is correct or not. It has the last word. It's final. So,
Which
but
makes me worried, Justice, because we were discussing if Sara Duterte is the next president, I won't be surprised. Either Solgen, si Marcoleta, parang ano, or baka ma-appoint pa siya sa Supreme Court, Justice. Like, so, we might give him
well,
ideas.
remember, Marcoleta wanted to be appointed DOJ secretary under Digong, under President uh, Rodrigo Duterte. That was his. That's what he was asking.
Now, Justice,
Baka tataas na yung kanyang ambisyon.
I won't be surprised. He's already eyeing Supreme Court na at this point in
Baka
time.
hindi, Vice President.
Ano, given na yan. But if it doesn't work for some reason, because he's not
Uh,
doing very well in the surveys, I look at the vice president. Parang,
yeah.
eh, parang Amy Marcos actually does better, interestingly,
Mm.
than him. Bongo does well. Robin Hood Padilla does well. So, I don't know. Good luck na lang. But I'm sure he could angle for who knows, maybe Justice Secretary or Supreme Court appointment, no? So sabi ko nga, never count out the legal luminaries, no? In the meantime, where are we now dun sa what is your read, Justice, in terms of kasi you first raised this, nag-viral na, million views na yung highlight ng discussion natin. Yung sa obstruction of justice. Kasi
Yeah,
perpetual disqualification niya. I mean, Robin
yeah,
Hood.
that's why he's now saying na he did not he did not aid in the escape. So nakisakay lang daw. Nakisakay lang daw si
Pwede ba yun, Justice?
Bato.
So, kunyari, I'm driving and then may pugante na pumasok. And then, nahiya ka na lang. Alangan naman papaalisin ko, mathreaten ako. And then I took that person and then pinababa ko. Is that okay? Like, is that allowed under
Yeah,
law?
well, normally, pag alam mo pugante, bakit isakay mo? Baka ba dali ka? Eh alam niya may warrant of arrest. So sinakay niya pa rin. 'Di ba?
Pero ang
Alam
point
mo
niya,
na,
di ba, he was waiting for TRO by the Supreme Court. Hindi pa naman daw final yung warrant of arrest.
well, pero but there was a warrant of arrest. I mean, you're taking a chance na baka sabihin ng Supreme Court, that's valid. Patay ka. I mean, sabihin mo, akala, you cannot say na, I thought the Supreme Court will declare it void.
Well, Justice,
So, baka ma-perpetual disqualification
yun
siya.
nga eh. Sayang pa naman, gusto magpresidente yan. He might deprive us of visionary leadership we might need for the rest of the century. But just wait lang,
At saka ano,
uh,
at saka when they left their rooms, they did not take the usual stairs, no? They took the back stairs. So mukhang talagang sabrosa.
kita tapos yung pasimple pang lakad-lakad, tapos ganun, tapos sakay ka, ganun. Siya nga lang daw may Fortuner, di ba? Ano lang, simpleng tao lang naman daw siya. Um, so obvious na something was going on. But yung mga staff din niya, no? They could be in trouble. I think there was a one former AFP even member dun sa staff niya, di ba? Na baka tumulong dito. Will the non-disclosure agreement, kung
Yun ang
nag-NDA
problema.
sila,
That non-disclosure agreement will work against them. Why did you ask them to sign?
hindi mo na masabi na may pumasok lang na wala ka nang magawa. Ibig sabihin, there was something going on. May
Kasi
scheme.
it was, the non-disclosure was after the fact eh. Normally, when you get employed, they sign a non-disclosure if what you do is confidential. Pero ito, after the scape, pinirma mo na para hindi magsalita.
Like they keep on digging their own hole, no? Like lumalalim yung quagmire nila. Just since we're in this zone of pataasan ng legal expertise, I just want to go to Attorney Jimmy Bondok, no? Let me be the one. Can we again clarify? Anong ibig sabihin, like, give it to me? Ako yung abogado, pero baka bibigay ko sa kanya, hindi. I mean, kasi ngayon there's a pressure on Jimmy Bundok to tell nasaan si Bato. Will the confidentiality privileges apply here as the lawyer of Bato? Na hindi niya sabihin yan anong location ni Bato knowing na pugante siya. Like, where does the Jimmy Bundok School of Legal Doctrine come in?
Well, if he says, I don't know where he is, he might be telling the truth because I suppose Bato is moving around. No? You wouldn't know where Bato is staying at a particular time. But what he was wrong was to say, can you just serve the warrant of arrest to me? I will forward it to him. I will forward. Hindi pwede because when you serve warrant of arrest, the arresting officer will have to take that accused into custody. Dalay niya sa court because he has to present that guy to the court or to put him in jail, no? So, hindi naman pwede sabihin ni kasi uh, si Bondok was saying substituted raw. Pag substituted, that means is he willing to be the one to be detained? This is non-bailable. Baka hindi siya I mean, there is no such thing as substituted service when it comes to arrest. Yung you serve as summons, pwede substituted. Pag ayaw tanggapin, uh, considered accepted yun, no? Pero yung warrant of arrest walang substituted eh. Kasi dapat dalahin eh. The accused, the person being arrested must be physically taken into custody and brought to the judge or to the detention place. Ang gusto niya, siya ang he will take the place of Bato as the person to be detained. Non-bailable ito, baka hindi siya makalabas. But
Let me be
there's
the
no such
one.
thing as substituted. Even he offers na ako na lang you detain me. Hindi pwede yon because the person to be detained is the one mentioned in the warrant of arrest.
Just as in the history of legal analysis, no? Etong mga Duterte supporters, are they the most creative School of thought. Parang may school of thought na. You could put Bondok, Marcoleta, yung abogado ni Digong, yung abogado ni ano.
Well,
And put them all. It's an interestingly coherent, worldview,
mm.
legal paradigm, no?
Well, lawyers will have to, to to be creative. I mean, if they want to defend their their clients, and I think they're doing their best, no. But of course, there's a limit. Makikita naman eh. Like, sasabihin mo, ako na lang, you just serve it on me. But that's not a correct service.
It is a very, very interesting. So just as while we're still waiting, what on earth is going on with the and also the Cayetanos could be also be in trouble, no? Potentially. I mean, if in fact a question I was also asking Attorney Conte kahapon, because we're going to the last part of our discussion on Digong a little bit. Is that hindi pa si Cayetano could also be accused of enabling the drug war, not in terms of operational contribution, pero grabe yung pagdepensa ni Alan Peter Cayetano sa drug war ni Digong as foreign minister, as a key ally of the president, vice presidential mate, all the way speaker of the house later, and then now hanggang ngayon he's still defending the drug war and making apologies for the mass atrocities that happened there. Hindi kaya pwede bang kasuhan din yan for enabling
Well,
the drug war?
yes, there is such a thing as aiding and abetting, no? In uh, you can be charged before the ICC for aiding and abetting. But ang policy nila is just to go after the top people. So pag aiding and abetting, mukhang you're in the bottom of the totem pole. That's why they're really after the head and then the immediate lieutenants who in the direct co-perpetrators, no? Yung iba yung aiding and abetting, hindi co-perpetrators eh. But if the ICC is minded, pwede nila kunin. Pwede nila isama.
Oo nga, kawawa naman. So, hindi pala top si Cayetano. Ano lang pa, hindi pala siya high level. Ano lang pala siya. Ang dami pa naman yung effort, di ba?
Hindi ko co-perpetrator. Aiding and abetting lang.
Medyo low level.
Tagadala lang ng tubig. Water carrier.
Ano siya, ano, tawag dyan,
Water boy.
Errand boy, errand boy. Kawawa naman, nag-effort pa naman si Alan Peter. Now, just as last part of the discussion, pag-usapan natin itong Duterte ICC. Ito na, November na. So, mukhang na-deny yung request ng team niya, no, to push this by 18 months. Parang abot na ng next election. Parang yun yata ang plano nila, no?
Yeah.
How do you see this? Kaufman is out. Kaufman is out. There's some sort of a readjustment. Some people are coming in, some people are being retained. Kamusta? I mean, how do you see this going, especially with trial of Duterte? And with Bato and potentially Bongo also next in line, is it important na mahuli din sila? Baka pwede silang, I mean, baka kumanta I won't be surprised kakanta yan si Bato pag mahuli yan sa ICC. He has to save his own skin, no?
Well,
Nga, tatay,
tinuro na
medyo
siya
okay.
ng Digong eh. Digong, tinuro na siya eh. Ikaw, you are the death squad commander.
He could return the favor later on, di ba? In detention. Kunyari, tatay Digong,
Sabi niya,
pero
siguro he was thinking na, kahit ako pupunta ng ICC eh, tinuro mo ako eh. Ano pang depensa ko?
kaya nga feeling ko kakanta yan talaga pag nahuli yan, di ba? So, um,
The problem of the council really of Duterte is that he has so many admissions under oath. Inadmit niya lahat eh. So how will you defend your client? Ang kung ganyan, insanity ang defense mo eh. Pero Digong will not claim insanity.
he doesn't need to justice. Like, yun ang problema eh. He's kind of in a twilight zone. Hindi mo alam si Raulo ito or may ano to. He's joking around, Like, he might get away with. But yun nga, they have to support Tatay Digong. Just as last point lang dito, may construction na dito. Ayun na. Just as we discussed last time we were together, Lenny, you're really counting on Ma'am Lenny, Mayor Lenny, Attorney Lenny to run as a next president. But there are also some surveys suggesting at least one is publicized, the other I was told about that show that Riza Ontiveros or even a BAM, no? they're quite also competitive if ever sila yung magiging standard bearer. Is Juan Sambayan ready to support if ever it's not a Lenny Robredo? Are you in a position to make sure that candidate will be in a very competitive position? Since some surveys show up to 20-30% could go for Risa or Bam
Yeah,
should
well,
Lenny not
yeah.
run.
The consensus is Lenny should be the priority. But of course, if Lenny really refuses to run, we have to get somebody else. And of course, Riza is now rising, so Riza could be a good candidate also.
I will keep it on that note kasi baka madulas tayo or something like that. I'm still very disappointed we don't have a clarity on the case of Jingo Estrada because it's weird, di ba? Yung Maleta case na 300 million, yung isang network na media kunyari, parang 100,000 bail. Ito 500 million, naging 90,000 lang yung bail. So I'm trying to figure out what's the logic here. But it's still a mystery to me. But some people are worried na baka that will be a pattern na kausapin sila ng DLG secretary, next thing you know, available lang pala. I mean, next thing you know, hindi pala malakas yung kaso ng ombudsman. Are you disappointed, Justice, na almost a year since the former, I mean, malapit na yung next SONA, di ba? Na umamin si BBM na may ganyang scandal. At
Well,
most, we
yeah,
only
yeah.
got available one, yeah.
Well, you have to. Well, we have somebody already detained, no? Non-bailable. Si,
Vizcaya and Bong Revilla. Oh, yeah.
si Bong Revilla. But well, I'm a little bit happy that it's moving this way, no? Uh, and it looks like more will be charged, no? And in fact, in-announced na they will all be charged. So let's, no, uh, these are difficult cases and these are high government officials. So hindi pwede bilisan lang ito eh, no? So let's give a lot of leeway to the ombudsman because I think he's doing his job very well.
Si Ombudsman, ginigisa pa bago lutuin. Thank you so much, Justice Carpio. I know it has been a long day and pasensya na you had to stay up for this long, but thank you, Justice, for that very comprehensive and entertaining discussion. Like, people are surprised how much you and all are having fun. And I'm saying, ano nun, dark humor yan kasi it's such a comedy tragedy what's happening in our country. We are serious with our analysis, but obviously it's just so crazy that we cannot but have some dark humor as a
Yeah,
spice.
we have to maintain our positive thinking.
Sanity, I would say, Justice.
Sanity.
Exactly. Kasi sabi, bakit tumatawa tong sila Richard and Justice Carpio? Sabi, do this every day and then tell me kung sane ka pa rin at nawala ka ng pag-asa sa humanity. If wala ka man dark humor, walang mangyari. So, thank you sa mga supporters natin and followers natin who have been watching us live and also following Justice Carpio's excellent analysis of this development. Hopefully by next week we have more clarity. Baka by Monday daw, andyan na yung non-bailable. So, ginigisa pa daw. So, we might have more developments next week. Looking forward catching up soon, Justice, and also catching up in person with your other colleague, Justice Ronald Liamas and the rest of the gang. Salamat, Justice. God bless.
Okay,
Talk to you
bye.
soon po.